Alright, mighty drafting time. Fate Reforged Draft, Cancer Gear Draft, Ojitai, Abzan Beastmaster, Sandstep Outcast. Abzan Beastmaster versus Sandstep Outcast. For me, really, Ojitai is very expensive. Although he is very powerful. He's still a 7 drop. I like white a lot better than I like green. I don't like white blue very much. I don't like Jeskai a whole ton. I think I'm going to take the Outcast here, which is a little disappointing, but it's such a solid card and in such a strong color pair that I think I'm okay with it. Color pair obviously being black-white. In that vein, we can snap up this Battle Brawler. Harsh Sustenance coming around. That might come back. There was one in the first pack as well, but I wouldn't bank on it. Frontier Siege, easily the worst siege. Probably just not a very good card altogether. So I'm going to take the Battle Brawler and be pretty happy with it. If we go Mardu, it gets a little better, but if we stick black and white, we've got 2 excellent cards, both warriors, to bolster us up in pack 2 and 3. I shouldn't say bolster, that's an actual mechanic. Okay. What are we hoping to see here? More of the same, really. More Sandstep Outcasts, maybe some Harsh Sustenances. Reach of Shadow is always good, I'll take that. What are some of the good white cards? Light Form, happy with that. Ugin's Construct's a good card. Dows and Gloom's a good card. I don't think that we're going to be a morph heavy deck, so Ugin's Construct isn't as good as it could be. Douse and Gloom is pretty solid in these kinds of decks, though. Sky Captain's alright too, but it's definitely between the Construct and the Douse for me. I think it's going to be the Douse. Although I think that's a pretty close pick. Construct is definitely a house. But I've been... maybe it's probably just better, actually. It is super solid. Like, we can sack a token to it or whatever if we need to. It is just kind of a big beefer. Yeah, I'll take the Construct for now. I could have been talked into Douse of Gloom, but I think this might be better. Just slamming this second Outcast here, I think. Don't think it's particularly close. Fearsome Awakening sucks. Soul Summons is totally good. Totally fine card. But I'm not passing a second Outcast because I first picked one. I could have been talked into Ojitai, but I think blue-white isn't really a pairing I want to be in. And as slow as you can make this format, 7 drops are still 7 drops, you know? Still requires some finagling to get there. I think I'd like to stay in 2 colors, or maybe 2 colors with a light splash, and these are the best 2 colors. Or rather, this is the most solid 2-color pair with the most synergy and most power, inherently. Like now, with these 2 guys, if we just pick up like a Rush of Battle or 2 in our cans packs, we're golden. Just golden. Wandering Champion's super good. Pressure Point's alright. Shadow Spear's okay. Shadow Spear's a warrior. Wandering Champion is just an aggressive 2-drop, and if we end up in Mardu, although we're, to be honest, we're not exactly married to black, but if we end up in Mardu, we can trigger it every once in a while. Otherwise, it's just a 2-mana 3-1, which is totally fine. Yeah, I'll take that. So we're having the beginnings of an aggressive deck here. And while the Ugin's Construct looks a little bit out of place here, it's just such a powerful stabilizing play that I think it's worth having in case our early attack plan doesn't exactly pan out. Which happens sometimes. You have to rely on, or not rely on, but you have to understand that sometimes your aggro deck just won't get there. Here I think I want this Harsh Sustenance. I could take an Honor's Reward. It's a totally plausible card, but with already 2 cards that make 2 bodies and the hope that we're going to pick up more later, be they Ponyback Brigades maybe, or hopefully Mardu Horde Chiefs, I think Harsh Sustenance is going to be pretty good. The ability to dome them after an aggressive start is also very nice. Although doming them while you have board presence is a little awkward. But it's I've never had Harsh Sustenance be bad. I've always had it be at least quite good. Obviously, if you're behind, it's not amazing, depending on how behind you are. If you're behind in that they have evasive creatures, it might be okay. But if you're behind in that they're just stomping over you with stuff, and you don't really have a board presence, it's not going to do much for you. The dream here would be a 3rd Sandstep Outcast, but we're very unlikely to get that. Unlikely to get a light form and stuff. We might get the odd Reach of Shadows at this point, but that's also unlikely. Dows and Gloom is more likely, I think. which I'll be happy with. There could be another harsh substance. This card goes later than I think it should, but you never know. We're cutting white pretty hard in this direction, I think. So hopefully we'll get a good pack too. Oh no! Oh no! Has my internet failed? It has. Disaster. Quickly, connect. Okay, connected. Oh, alright, this is the technical difficulties draft now. This is what we're doing. My internet blinked for literally 4 seconds. But that is too long for Magic Online. Alright, come on. This is Magic Online on hard mode. So we're definitely going to miss probably at least one pick. Hopefully not 2 picks, but quite possibly. If I'm recording, it might take a little longer to load, but it doesn't really typically tend to do that. Come on, Magic Online. Come on. Feet don't fail me now. Alright, that's good progress. We got pretty far into the pack. We're 6 picks in, so like our 7th pick in pack 1 is pretty important, but it's not the end of the world. It's not as bad as missing pack 1 pick 1 or pack 2 pick 1. If we miss picks 7 and 8, I think we can still recover and have a pretty good deck. Come on. We might in fact make it back to pick 7. The pick orders, the picks cycles are going pretty slow, so we might in fact make it back in time, but I doubt it. Come on. You can do it. The little Magic Online that could. Here we go. Come on, Betsy. Ordinarily, I'd consider pausing the recording, but I want you to share this horrifying, heart-wrenching tension with me. Can't believe my internet blipped out for like literally 4 seconds. I've been doing that a lot lately. It's very annoying. Like, for normal things, it doesn't matter. If I'm, like, reading a research paper or something and it blinks out for 4 seconds, it's like, oh, yeah, it's fine. But in a draft, it's, as you can see, fucking catastrophic. Please be patient, guys. Just, come on. Please be patient while Magic Online is loading. Alright, we're back. Pop in. Come on. Show me the cards. On the fly card evaluation in about 3 seconds here. Coming up. Come on. Come on! Oh, God, we missed a lot. Ah, well, we picked up some actually solid cards. Could have gone way worse. We picked up a Grim Contest, which is totally playable. Map the Waste and Cash Defensive, which actually sound kind of okay. Ancestral Vengeance I'm not a huge fan of, but I could consider it. Being shoved a little bit towards Abzan here by the computer, which I'm not delighted about, but let's cut the green cards for now. Hope probably have to end up running one of these things, considering we lost so many playables in that pack. Although you don't really need to pick up more than 7 or 8 in your first pack, so that's kind of okay, assuming we can make up the difference. God, we missed a lot there. We missed like 4 picks. What happened? It's not usually that fast. We weren't gone for that long. Damn it. Okay. Retribution of the Ancients, not exactly what I'm looking for. Debilitating Injury and Kill Shot, much better. I'm going to take the Injury, I think. We're going to be a more proactive deck than a reactive deck, I hope. So let's snap that up. Seeker of the Way is exactly what we want. Wouldn't mind the Bondkin either, or even this other Bondkin. But Seeker of the Way is perfect. We could still end up with a reasonable black-white aggressive deck here, I think. This is Magic Online hard mode, playing with internet connectivity problems. Seeker of the Way, okay with Rush of Battle type effects, because he gets huge and gains you a bunch of life. He's a warrior, which is kind of, you know, irrelevant in that case, because he has lifelink anyway from his Paralysis trigger, but still. Hardy Horde Chiefs. Horde Chiefs is what we really want. Horde Chiefs, Horde Chiefs, Horde Chiefs, Rush of Battles. There's a Rush of Battle. There's a Raider Spoils, though. And a Sandstep Citadel. It's a hell of a pack. I think I want the Raider Spoils more than this stuff. Than the Rush of Battle. I think we can get one of those. This is an uncommon. Sandstep Citadel would be pretty nice. It would let us play our Grim Contest and maybe our Cash Defenses. But Raider Spoils is kind of the thing I'm looking for. As much as, if not more than Rush of Battle. And I think we're more likely to get a Rush of Battle elsewhere, so I'm going to pick it up here. And also, like, it makes your flyers off these things 2/1s, you know? Ooh, hello. less of a downside than Yugen's construct, and just as good, and also a warrior. Get in my deck, please. So Black-White Warrior seems open, which means we have a good chance of drafting a pretty solid deck, even though we missed half of our pack 1. The problem with cans is, though, if you're sticking 2 colors like I plan to here, the latter half of the pack can be a little bit rough, because there's so many gold cards in the set that I'm going to get stuff that I won't be able to play, like Ponyback Brigades or Abzan Guides. Obviously I could splash those, but I kind of want to... I would much rather build a pretty streamlined deck, which may mean running this Ancestral Vengeance. I mean, again, it's not the end of the world. Shrinks one of their things and put a counter on one of our flyers or a Seeker of the Way. Triggers prowess for him for the turn. Make our broader brawler... Make our Battle Brawler bigger. Battle Brawler bigger. How now, brown cow? Here is exactly the problem I was talking about. No good, only black or white cards. I'm not playing Brave the Sands. And then we have the awkward choice of Jungle Hollow or Abzan Guide. It's going to be Abzan Guide. I think I'd rather... Oh, or is it just going to be Jungle Hollow? And then we can... Would I rather pick up the Fixing now? Because putting that Jungle Hollow in pushes us closer to being able to play our Cash Defenses and our Grim Contest. But this is not exactly a Grim Contest deck, although these are pretty solid. I think I'll take the Jungle Hollow. It was a little bit of a speculative pick in case things continue to not pan out. In that vein, Mardu Hateblade's totally fine. Pretty good with the Raider Spoil, so I'll snap that up. Disowned Ancestor is a warrior. War Behemoth is fine, but I'm going to take the Ancestor here. We need some of those chiefs. Some of those chiefs already coming our way. I like the Awaken the Bear better than the Teamer Charger. Oh, I could just take the Ride of the Serpent though. We're solo on playables. I think I might just take that. Something which we can definitely play rather than we might play. Because we scrimmed so much of the second half of our first pack, I think we might have to just take what we can get in this playable card. We've got the Debilitating and Drain of Harsh Sustenance. And Ancestral Vengeance is kind of removal as well. It's really not the best though. Like, not at all. Like I said though, you can put it on one of these flyers. That's pretty nice. That's okay. Make a 2-2. That's alright. Shrink their thing. So maybe then it trades for our Outcast and we're left with our 2-2. That's all pretty solid. Making the Saddle Boot or the Construct into a 5-6 is nice. Makes it eat Snowhorn Riders and the like. Making our Seeker the Way bigger, like I said, is good. Making our Battle Brawler bigger is good too. If he has First Strike, becomes a 4-2, 4-3. 4-3 First Strike is pretty tough to tussle with. I'm annoyed about the disconnect though, because like our deck could have been sick. Like we've got so many good cards here. Like double Sandstep Outcast, Raider Spoils, Harsh Sustenance. That's a sick sort of core to a deck. And Bellowing Saddlebrute and Ugin's Construct are nothing to laugh at. Nothing playable here in any colors. I'm going to take the Morph on the off chance we could run it out of desperation as a 2-2. You're beautiful. Get in my deck, please. I mean, you're not beautiful, but you're a playable card. That's a 3-drop. That is a warrior. So the warrior thing currently only matters for the Raider Spoils, which is actually a pretty big deal. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 warriors out of our 10 creatures. So it's just the Wandering Champion and the Construct that aren't warriors, which is pretty solid. Again, like I said, we really want the Horde Chiefs because that brings 2 warriors in. In terms of our pack 3 pick 1, we obviously want, like, you know, a Sarin or a Wingmate Rock or a High Sentinels of Arshin, that kind of thing, but we can't really bank on getting one of those. Disowned Ancestor is kind of underwhelming in this deck, but it's a body, and this isn't a Molting Snakeskin deck, like, at all. Although we do have the flyers. That's actually pretty okay. 15 is not so low on playables that I'm happy enough to take the manuals here with our Jungle Hollow. You only need 7 more cards out of the next pack. Assault Patrol or Sidisi's Pet. I think I'll take the Peck. It's a Morph. I'm not super happy with either of those cards. The Patrol is actually okay, but I don't like it here. I don't like the Pet either, but the fact that it's just a 3-mana 2-2 that can trade for their Morphs is good enough for me. And you know, we can cast it on turn 3, send it in just to trigger this thing, or we can morph it so that we can cast this thing without any trouble. Although hopefully by the time we got to turn 4 we would have gotten one of these down. Or the multiple Secret of the Ways and Einok Bonkins we're going to pick up. Deck so far not looking amazing, but looking pretty solid. It's definitely got the makings of an insane deck if we run good in the third pack. And white seemed reasonably open in that direction in pack 1. Oh, cool. I could run 2 of these. I'd be pretty unhappy about it at that point, but I'm going to leave it in for now. So now we really want to rush a battle. We really want, obviously, Mardu Hortus, obviously more Seeker the way. Obviously premium removal spells like Suspension Field and all that. Maybe another debilitating injury. But after that, I don't really know what we're looking for. Feud of Resistance would be good. That'd be a nice pickup. Alright, come on. Let's get in here and win. Ding, 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 ding. Fucking A. Awesome. Get in my deck, please. Beautiful. Unfortunately, it's a soldier, it's not a warrior. It's kind of annoying, but it's such a fucking ridiculous card that I'm okay with it. Super good. Just super good. Just a must answer immediately. Not quite as immediately impactful as Wingmate Rock is, but I think it's a close second. I can't believe I called it. Although I did call 3 cards, but the other 2 are mythics, so. That's just bumped up the peril of our deck quite a bit. It just means we can, like, oh, we resolved High Sentinels and he didn't kill it. Cool, good game. Good game. I always forget that Raider Spoils gives other things +1/+0 even if they're not warriors, like the tokens out of this, or this makes this a 4/4, whatever. It's just the warriors are the only things that can trigger the draw card effect. Ooh, an Utter End. Yeah, I'll take that. That's pretty good. Stone, unconditional removal. I'll take it. 4 mana instant speed, kill anything. Sweet, get in my deck. I don't think I've ever actually played with that card. I don't see it very much, considering it's only a rare, and considering how much triple cans I played. But it's a hell of a card. You can get nice blowouts with it because instant speed if they, you know, attack with their giant guy, and you're like, triple block, and they're like, haha, awaken the bear. You can just blow it up in response. Mardu Charm, Teamer Charm, Mardu Rough Rider, Throttle, War Behemoth, Abzan Banner, Naturalize, Savage Punch, Ponyback Brigade. A lot of good stuff, a lot of good stuff, a lot of good Mardu stuff. Unfortunately, we're not really anywhere near Mardu, and I think we'll be better off just staying consistent and taking a Throttle or a War Behemoth, and in this case I'll take a Throttle. It's disappointing to pass so many powerful cards for a Throttle, but our deck is a tiny bit removal light. This doesn't really count. I guess another Bondkin here. Getting annoyed by the lack of freaking Russia battles, but we can make do. Yeah, Throttle, I don't really want to run this if avoidable. Ride of the Serpent is not the best removal, but it's a necessary evil, I think. And Harsh Sustenance is conditional on you having creatures that are numerable enough to take down their threat. So picking up a Throttle is fine. Throttle can also 2 for 1 in the same way with Utter End can, purely because it's instant speed. And now this is an interesting one. I already have that Jungle Hollow, so I could take the Sabzan Guide and just chuck it in my deck over a Sidisi's Pet and have it just be a better Sidisi's Pet that I can sometimes flip up. Alternatively, I could just take the Kill Shot. Says I hire just my student or this Blossoming Sands. Take the Blossoming Sands. Makes you much more comfortable by this Abzan Guide. That's awesome. Now it's to play, you know, maybe 1 forest. You don't really need to commit to heavily to splashing these things because you can morph them, so. It's also a warrior. There we go, thank God. We needed that. That made our deck a lot better instantly. Just by having one of these floating around in it. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but irrelevant. 10 warriors. And just a whole bunch of like tokens out of this, and this will make stuff bigger, and yada yada yada. Got some premium removal spells. I call what the building injury a premium removal spell. The Vengeance I'm not excited about running. I'd much rather have this Bloodsoak champion. Awesome. Get in my deck, please. Thanks. Jeez. That card's kind of a house. I'll cut a Treasure Cruise, I guess. This card is a little bit of a house. If you can, oh, beautiful. Get the Blossoming Sands in. Now we can splash this for free. Ew, that was a late Marty Charm. I'll cut it, I guess. Could take the Naturalize for a Siege or something, but yeah. Now do we want the Hootie and the Mandrills? Is that better than Sidisi's Pet? Probably. Gonna have a lot of stuff in our bin from early on, I think. It's probably better. Grim Contest. Now we have to actually have some beef with the High Sentinels, the Bellowing Saddle Brute, Ugin's Construct, the Mandrills, the Abzan Guide. We do have some reasonable stuff, but I don't think I really want it. Question is, do we want the cash defenses? Do we want to go turn 2 Secret Away, turn 3 cash defenses? The answer is yes, we do. That'd be pretty sick. It does put all your eggs in one basket, but that basket is then a pretty rough deal for your opponent. I think because our curve mostly ends at 4, bar the Shooting Mandrills. Oh, and I suppose the Ride of the Serpent, but that's a late game play anyway. We can pretty safely run 17 lands, considering we're splashing these for sort of free. Actually, because our green is so light, I don't want to run the cash defense. It's too early game of play. Maybe run 1 Forest tops, yeah. That gives us 7 white sources, which seems fine. We do need white early, but we don't ever need a single one. Might actually do that. Gives us 8 black sources, 8 white sources, 4 green sources. Awesome. I'm pretty happy with that. The most annoying part of this is that some of our lands come in tap now, which means it makes these much worse. But I think that's worth it to play the Abzan Guide, the Hooting Mandrills. We're just super solid cards overall. In the end, I think this turned out to be a pretty good Black-White Warrior shell with a very light Abzan splash. And it's a nice curve. We've got some nice early game answers. Unconditional removal, slightly conditional removal, unconditional removal, unconditional removal, synergy, high swing play, efficient creatures. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm pretty happy with this. Let's see how it performs.